Secondly, we have uniquely skillful hands. Again, it makes us so different to ape-like creatures because, of course, the evolutionists would say we have evolved from a common ancestor, and that common ancestor would have been an ape-like creature. But we are so different to any kind of ape-like creature. Each of our fingers can make a pinch grip with each finger, and that is not the case with apes. Humans can make a full range of movement from a flat hand to a clenched fist, which means we can make all kinds of positions with our hands. In the case of apes, they have curved hands that enables them to grip onto branches. Humans have fine muscle control, so we can make tiny precision movements that apes can't do. We also have fine touch sensors on the ends of our fingers and other places of the hand that is very important in skill. And so as you can see on the right, humans can make these pinch grips and even combined grips when doing things like sewing and knitting. Often you're making more than one grip with each hand. Very, very skillful. One of those things we take for granted, but we should give thanks to God for. If you could look under the skin of your hand, this is the kind of picture you would see. This is from Gray's Anatomy. And in each finger, he has dissected the finger to a different level. So, for example, on the index finger, you can see a spiral wrap where there is this delicate wrap holding the tendon onto that finger, as if a craftsman has produced that helix in a very special way. Of course, God is the craftsman. He's the master craftsman who has done that. Notice on the middle finger how the tendon splits each side of the joint. The reason it does that is by so doing, it puts less resistance on the knuckles of the finger, and the fingers move much more smoothly because the tendons wrap around both sides. That's very important for precision movements like piano playing and playing musical instruments. My lab, my research group, we've produced a robotic hand, as you can see on the right-hand side, and we found it very humbling trying to produce, in this case, an exoskeleton robotic hand, trying to do the functions of a human hand, like a pinch grip. And it's humbling because it is so hard to try to mimic what God has designed. The human hand is so much superior. And so humans have these unique skills. Even if you can't knit, there will be skillful things that you can do with your clothing, driving a car, making food, and so on. Human hands are very, very skillful. A simple example of over-design is a tripod grip. The human hand is perfectly designed to hold a pen with the middle finger, the index finger, and the thumb coming together to hold a pen. That is exactly what you'd expect if God had designed man, because God wants us to write and do skillful things like that. But that isn't what you'd expect if we had evolved from apes. There are many little features, skillful features of the human body that evolutionists cannot explain or struggle to explain. They could propose that there was once a time there were these cavemen, and certain cavemen could fill in a cave tax rebate form, and so they could survive better because they could hold a pen. But the explanations become ridiculous. Only in the last few thousand years have people been holding a pen. But there are many aspects of design in the human body where it's much more than a coincidence. We are designed to do skillful things. In fact, playing musical instruments. At lunchtime I went for a walk and I saw a young boy playing the bagpipes, and that looked a pretty skillful piece of music playing to me. It has really puzzled scientists why humans are so good at playing musical instruments. Even if you get a tribes person from a Borneo jungle or an Aboriginal Indian from Australia or America, they have the potential to play concert-level music, and that confuses scientists. And yet, that is what you'd expect if God had designed man.